You were born with a unilateral club foot,
Yes.
right? Can you take me back to that first time that you became conscious that you were not moving through the world just like everyone else?
For me, it was a challenging journey to accept, especially because the moment I walk out of my home, I feel the eyes.
The all eyes are on you.
Yes. And to this day, even if that's not the case, I feel the eyes.
Wow.
And as I get older, I realize that that was my thorn. Everyone has something that they're born with that they wish they could change. Some are physical, some are emotional.
True.
Some you can see, some you can't see. But not everybody is okay or open to talk about it, because our deepest insecurities are sometimes our biggest strength.
True. Before we talk about and get to this exciting part about how did you get into the food? I'm curious about what you referenced on early on, that you were born with a unilateral club foot,
Yes.
right? And you see, I've often wondered that our deepest insecurities are born from the moment that we realize that we are different. And children have a way of noticing difference before they even understand, compassion. Can you take me back to that first time that you became conscious that you were not moving through the world just like everyone else?
For me, it was a challenging journey to accept, especially my safe space was always when I'm home. Because the moment I walk out of my home, I feel the eyes.
The all eyes are on you.
Yes. And to this day, even if that's not the case, I feel the eyes.
Wow.
And I believe that all eyes will always be on me for something, even if it's not that. So I live like the eyes are on me. It was the hardest thing I had to accept, being born different. And as I get older, I realized that that was my thorn. Everyone has something that they're born with that they wish they could change. Some are physical, some are emotional.
True.
Some you can see, some you can't see. But not everybody is okay or open to talk about it, because our deepest insecurities are sometimes our biggest strength.
True.
And when you start to accept that you don't have control over how you were created, what you do have control is what you do with your creation. So if we could create ourselves, we would all be the best of whatever we think the best is.
Yeah.
But God, when he was creating us, he found the best path for each and every one of us to walk.
Yeah.
And it's a journey that I had to take on. It was different because there was nobody else around me that looked like this, until I started to accept and twist it to say, y'all, so I'm not the problem. I'm not the problem. You are all the problem. You all were made wrong.
Whoa.
It's a different perspective.
Yeah.
I was made right. You were made wrong. Because why is it that I was made different and all of you were made the same?
What a perspective.
Yes. You all were made the same. So something is wrong. Nothing special about you. This is what I had to tell myself to motivate myself that, when everybody thought I was the one. No, y'all are the one. Y'all are common. I'm different.
You're unique
I'm
and
special.
distinct.
Yes.
Wow.
And we know what happened to anything that's distinct. It's honored.
Yeah.
Special.
True.
Treated differently.
True.
And, sometimes get accepted more than what is common because everybody know what this is. It's like, if you take jerk chicken to Nashville, when all they used to is Nashville hot?
Of chicken.
They're going to be like, whoa, this chicken is hot, but it has flavor.
Yeah.
While Nashville hot is hot, no flavor.
Yeah.
So that was me.
Hmm.
I was a jerk chicken in Nashville.
Wow.
Yes. And it was rough. I had to say it was rough because it wasn't easy, but it also boosts my confidence to this day. But when I started doing things that I thought I couldn't do, that's when I started to be like, whoa, it's not as bad as you think it is. I can ride a bike, drive a car, can wear shoes now.
Wow.
I barely walk. I don't have to walk. I never thought I would have done all the things I've done.
Wow.
But I've done them. And all it does is just make me believe more in myself that the sky is definitely the limit. And being different only do good for you if you see it as that.
True.
But it can do bad for you if you also see it as that. So perspective is everything. And don't let anyone make you feel like you're not who you are. You didn't create yourself.
True.
And many times we spend countless hours modifying how we look, modifying how we were created, and then we have to deal with the effects of it later. I could have gotten medical assistance back then,
True.
but then I realized that maybe now it would have been affecting me. I've been working in the kitchen for 14 years. And if anybody know anything about the kitchen, you never sit down. So you got to stand. So I've been standing for 14 years of my life. And I'm still standing with a club foot. And kids are born now with both of them legs. I thought I was different. But then I started to see more people like me now. You know what I mean? So which is actually good in my eyes because I'm like, at least they have more people are more informed, people are more educated about it, and there are things that are set in place to create that space for them to be normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As for me, I don't have that time to do that anymore because nothing changes where the support is concerned. It means that I'd have to be out in a hospital for months. Now, how am I going to survive in this country?
Chef Omar,
Yes.
Let's talk about your love for cooking. The flavors that you have brought to Nashville. So you came to Nashville for culinary internship.
Yes.
How did you develop this passion for cooking? Let's start from there. What led you into this passion for food, for flavors?
I feel like it was my life journey. My journey is definitely what drives everything in me. And working in hotels back in Jamaica is where I get most of my basis for cooking and experience-wise. Amidst cooking at home. But this passion comes from not wanting to fail. If you're going to do something, do it to the best of your ability or don't do it any at all.
Absolutely.
So I choose cooking. Now, why would I choose something, invest so much time, energy, money inside of it, and then not care about the craft of it? But I couldn't just limit myself to just Jamaican food or Jamaican cuisine. Because the most times when people hear of a Jamaican chef, the first thing that comes to their mind is, oh, you make jerk chicken. Oh, you make curry goat. Oh, you make oxtail. I'm like, yeah, nah. I probably make a good ravioli better than how I make a great jerk chicken. Because, even going to school back in Jamaica, these traditional dishes is not what highlights our training. They will still teach us about the French cuisine, the Italian cuisine, how the whole brigade was formed. And it has nothing to do with Jamaica. But then our role coming into these spaces with these experiences that is traditional to us is how can we make it contemporized in a way where other people can enjoy the flavor, how they can enjoy the different tastes that comes with the culture.
Yeah.
And that sometimes might come by infusing Jamaican flavors in American dishes or Italian dishes, or fusing these cultures and make it a case where, you can taste both worlds, but in one. So I have various experiences, but my experiences, I always try to put them to see how well I can make all these experiences one. I'm not a Jamaican chef. I'm a chef.
A chef, I like that. No limit.
There's no limit to this. The kitchen has no limit. You can have a specialty, whereas like, you focus on Italian, you focus on sushi, you focus on Jamaican. I've never heard somebody say they focus on Jamaican food. Like, but our food is very fabulous. You know, it's how you can make people taste a country without visiting that said country.
Wow.
So you might not have been to Jamaica, but I'm going to take Jamaica to you.
And not necessarily a local Jamaican food, or Jamaican flavor.
Flavor. Yes. So yes, you might be having a spring roll. Oh yes, I know what a spring roll has inside of it. Cabbage, this. Okay, no. We're going to make an ackee and saltfish spring roll. What is ackee and saltfish, they may ask. That's Jamaica's national dish. So it gives you an opportunity to express your culture, to share with somebody the heritage that comes through this food. So while they might just be seeing the spring roll that they're aware of, they know what it looked like, which is good. So they can expect what it might, the expectation that comes with a spring roll, they know what it is already. However, I'm going to take that to the next level now. I'm going to give you something different. This is a spring roll, but also this is a Jamaican style spring roll. This has ackee and saltfish. This is an oxtail ragu. This, you know what I mean? This is how we fuse the culture to make that, to bridge that gap towards cultures.
I'd say.
So before you have to take a flight, you're gonna try it here first. Yeah. And then when you go to Jamaica, you can be like, well, I know what Jamaican jerk chicken is supposed to taste like, and it's definitely not that. I know what curry chicken is supposed to look like, and it's definitely not that. You know, I know how to cook rice and peas. I know how to make this kind of soup or that kind of, you know what I mean? So it's how we share our journey, our story, and all that can be told through food.
Wow.
There's one of the biggest, I would say, space where people can share their journey has to be through food.
Wow.
The culture that comes with Indian food, that comes with Italian food, that comes with Jamaican food, is different from every other one. You know, everyone has a unique space when it comes down to culinary or cuisine. Yeah. And I think Jamaica, we have a very unique one, and people like Jamaican food.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to find a way of how you can take that to a space where people can enjoy and appreciate without destroying the foundation of that dish.
Wow. So for you, food is like a craft.
It is a craft.
You're like as I listen to you, you look like an artist with food.
Yes, that's why it's called culinary arts.
Oh.
So you're technically an artist, but not what they would presume you, either a painter. I mean, because technically we take elements of all the artistry and put it into food. So if you take a painter, if you look at many plating, plating style, it requires artistry, it requires precision, it requires color, it requires beauty, and that's also something that comes from it. When you talk about music, you look into the sound, the different sound that you experience when you're eating something. So it's like you have the crunchy, you know what I mean? So all these things come together when you talk about food. So culinary is definitely art. Food is art. Plating is art. And it's one big body of artistry. And that's just what culinary is. So for me, it has been one of the funnest journey. You know, the people that you meet along the way mean so much to you. You will come across people from all different backgrounds. You will learn from them and they will learn from you, because there's no one man who can say, yes, I have all the experience I require, that makes me the best person. Because every day you have to learn. Every day you learn. Every day we get different experiences. And something that I might not know, you may know. And you're another chef.
Yeah.
But you can be like, this is how we make this. And I'm like, I never know that, because I didn't know that for real. So you're learning every day you walk.
Yeah.
So pretty much, I feel like my journey is not complete. It's nowhere where it's supposed to be, but I'm on the journey, which is the most important part of everything.
On the journey.
On the journey.
So when people eat meals prepared by Chef Omar, the one and only Chef Omar in Nashville, bringing the Jamaican flavor, Jamaican cuisine into intercontinental dishes, apart from people's stomach being full, what do you want people to experience? And what memory do you want to linger on beyond the taste bud? What memory do you want to linger on in the minds of people after experiencing your cuisine?
Love. I say love because we have to eat.
Yeah.
We don't have no choice.
You have no choice.
We have to eat. But the joy of loving what you're eating is everything. I love coffee.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. It's a part of my routine. I want when someone try what I make, they can say, I love this. You don't forget what you ever once loved.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
You can forget what you liked. You can forget what excites you. You can forget what interests you.
Yeah.
But you will never forget what you love.
True.
Because what you love stays with you even after it's gone. So
True.
even after you finish eating that meal, the love you have for it, you're going to go home and be like, man, that chicken was good. Man, I like that goat. Man, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And I've had pop-ups in Nashville before where it's like people come and they're like, oh, I don't want the meal. I just want the goat. I just want that oxtail because you make it so good. I just want that jerk chicken because everything does taste so nice. And I'm like, thank you. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it's good to hear this because you're so busy trying to make sure everything is right.
Yeah.
You don't stop to talk with people. You don't stop to get feedback. And feedback is very important, especially in this field. It's like you have to hear from the people you're feeding. The people is what make you who you are. I'm nothing without the people who support me. I'm nothing without the people who help to pour into me.
Yeah.
So how can I repay them? By pour back into them, but only with food.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Is there any particular dish that you make now that carries your grandmother's fingerprint?
I wouldn't say there's a specific dish that I do make, but I feel like there are some elements of the things that I make that I think for me would have connection with her. You know, but there's this one dish that I created when I was doing my pop-up in Nashville. My first two events I did was in Hendersonville. Okay. And I did this dish. It was a take on Italy. So pretty much I was making a pasta dish, but with ackee and saltfish.
Okay.
So pretty much it was bow tie pasta, but then I had a splash of red stripe beer to it.
Ooh.
So in Italian, they would normally use the white wine and all these other flavors. I'm like, I ain't got no Jamaican wine, but I do have a Jamaican beer, you know. And I was like, And probably in this photo, that's what's being made right now.
Okay.
Like it's the restaurant beer that's in this bottle, and that's the ackee and saltfish that's doing its thing. And I was surprised how people enjoy that, because I didn't know what it tastes like before I went to the event.
Wow.
I try not to make samples. I try not to. I just feel like I have it in my head, and once it's here, you can get it out. You know, and that's how art is. Like, if you got it here first, if it's in your head, it can come through your mouth. If it's in your head, it can come through your fingers, and if it's in your head, it will come through in your food. And for me, it was right here, and I put it in my food, and that was a dish that I was like, I probably will never forget that, because I feel like I created that.
Wow.
You know, I feel like everybody make oxtail, everybody make jerk chicken. So nobody can say, oh, I did that. But this right here, for me, not saying somebody else haven't done it before, but as of the day that I created that dish, it was all internal. It was me taking my experience working in an Italian kitchen in Nashville and taking my Jamaican background and the support of all the traditional dishes that I've handled and liked or experienced, and say how well I can incorporate it for these people who don't know anything about this dish.
Wow.
Enjoy it. So while they might know of the pasta, they might not know of the codfish, because in here, codfish is what they would call baklava.
Okay.
But for us in Jamaica, we call it saltfish. So basically, it's the same cod, but just soaked in salt. So then to get that dish ready, you have to boil all the salt off, get it down to the right flavor, and then you pick it, put in that ackee, and you just make that dish how you're supposed to want it. And I feel like I've always tried to be creative, but not overly. You know, once the foundation is there in that dish, you don't want to destroy it by doing too much.
Yes.
And I see people do that a lot. And that's just something that, you know, there's no one way. We all learn from somebody else.
True.
And I've learned a lot from my grandmother. I've learned a lot from many of the chefs that I've worked with, you know, because I was on a journey where I don't know everything. Every experience matters.
True.
No matter how big or how small it is. You might not be a chef, but you might tell me something that I can walk away with tomorrow that might benefit somebody else the next day.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So you talk about a signature dish that you created yourself. You create yourself. What is your source of creativity when it comes to culinary art?
My source is definitely my experiences. And my experience being that it can be from whatever cuisine I'm working with at the time. My creation will come from how well I can take that and make it this. Because where will we get these influences from if it's not from something? So for me, if I have not experienced it, I cannot do anything with it. Yes, I probably will be able to try, but it's my ability to take the things that I spend time in the past on, tie them all into where I'm at right now, and see how well I can put it on a plate and be like, this is how I want this to be. And definitely my experiences is what put me to the point where I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. Without the experience, without the story, every dish that you have, no matter where it's from, has a story behind it. And through that dish, you will experience a story. The journey, the trials, the sweat, the tears, the pain, all that comes from that dish that you see that might just look like a pasta. But for somebody else behind that is his story of how did he get here and how did he get to this dish.
Interesting. So it's love written all over.
All over it. All over it.
All over.
Yes.
Wow. So is there something that you are trying to achieve? Is there a difference that you are trying to create within the Nashville space when it comes to culinary?
Yes. When it comes down to culinary, for me, I feel like sometimes it's good to say things and sometimes it's good not to say things.
Okay.
But my desire would just be to have a space where people can come and dine. Not a cook shop.
Okay.
Not a plate shop. not somewhere where, I'm just, hey, call me and I'll make you a plate tomorrow. Hey, nah, I can't do that because I feel like that's not good for me personally.
Okay.
It might be working for somebody else, but for me, that's never a thing that I thought of. I feel like from the get-go, and probably why I'm still here, is that my intention is that at some point, hopefully sooner than later, I will get to a point where I have a 4-wall basis, where it's a brick and mortar, where I can create and share my experiences through food there. Not something temporary, but something that will be a place that is strong, and a place that people can come back and go to. A place where if you come here, you can be like, hey, we're going to that location. Sure. We're not calling him to say, hey, are you making food today? No. This is a restaurant. So a space where we can get food, culture, and music all in one.
All in one.
Yes. That's my desire for Nashville, and probably one of the main reasons why I haven't gone anywhere else, because I feel like no matter how many people I see come up tomorrow doing something with Jamaican on it, nobody's trying to create that space where it's tied into our food, our culture, and our music all in one. We have every other food distributor over here in Nashville, but when it comes down to Jamaican food, specifically that flavor, it's lacking. And that's one of my desires. And I've been to many other states and I've seen it. So I believe that it can work. And Nashville is suffering from that.
If there is one food or one cuisine, one dish that you want people to taste from you, what will it be? And also, will there ever be an opportunity that you have an event, like come and have a taste of what Chef Omar can create?
Yeah. What cuisine I think I would want somebody to try? What dish? I feel like my jerk chicken.
Okay.
I think I have a special jerk chicken in my heart that I've been presenting and played for the past year that I've done my pop-ups. It's the only dish that I always keep on my menu no matter what I'm keeping. And it always stays the same, only because it always shares that story that I'm going for. And yeah, so that dish, won't say all the specifics of it, but that jerk chicken is definitely one of that dish that I will definitely recommend whenever I do my events. Okay. Yes, but there is a time coming where they will have a taste of Jamaica from me. Okay. It's in the works. It's a space where you can taste multiple cuisine or multiple dishes from different cuisine fused with Jamaican food. Wow. So it's like a taste of Jamaica type of experience. And that's my intention. It's on the radar. But I do catering in Nashville. Okay. I do private events. I do gatherings. My next event that I'll be popping up at is going to be Jamaica's Independence. Coming up in August. Okay. I be doing the brunch.
Wow. Yes. We will be popping in for that then.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
So that's in the works right now.
Okay, cool, yes. Cool. So let's hear more about that and let's blow it up. Let's blow it up, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, as we begin to wrap up, I realized that one of the most beautiful things I've discovered is that healing often looks like who you are becoming. When you were younger, and who you were becoming, the transformation that you were going through. You talk often about becoming a father and what that means to you, and the kind of a father that you want to be yourself, right? So when you look back on that experience and looking at your son, what did that memory brings to you, And what difference do you intend to make?
Yeah, when I look at my son, I see me. He's a total replica of who I am. And if nothing else motivates me in life again, his life, his birth will always be that one thing. The experiences I've had in my life is the hallmark of who I am today and who I want to be. I might never had a dad that I could depend on, or have a father who was always there, or by extension, even knowing a father. But for me, my intention was always to be a father. I cherish those moments I've shared so far. He's not with me daily right now, but within he is. And as he gets older, my goal is to be the best version of myself, so that when he's old enough to understand where I come from, what I've been through, and how much I try my very best to prevent him from going through half of those things. I feel like that's when I'll come to that point where I feel like, yes, my job is being, purposeful. I'm trying, but the most I can do is try. Because fatherhood is not something that there's a manual for. It's like everyone's journey is different. And for me, I feel like while mine was, his will be too, but it definitely won't be the same as mine. Because as for me, I can't speak of a father, but I will make sure that while I'm alive, he will be able to speak of his and what I have done before him, with him, and after him. And I will continue to just be the best version of myself, so that when he hears about me and look at the track record that I've created, it will be something that he'll be proud of, to say, that's my father.
Amazing.
That's something that I wish I could say about mine, but I have to live to make sure that he can say that about his. Absolutely.
On a last note, what would be your parting words to someone going through a season of trial or a season of transitions, and they don't even see triumph in their horizon?
The journey isn't about where you are. It's about where you're trying to go. And the author of that journey is not yourself, but it's God Almighty. Don't leave God out of your journey. Don't leave faith out of your journey. Trust your process. Walk, but not walk by faith and not by sight. Because if you walk by sight, you may go blind. If you walk by faith, you're trusting somebody bigger than you. You're trusting a higher power, because you don't know where you're going. God does. And no matter what you're going through today, you have to understand that where you're at now is not where you will be later. Growth looks different to different people. And while I may look back on my journey and feel like I've grown, 5 years later, I'm going to look back at this day and be like, damn, I could have done better. Because I experienced a new level. I unlocked a new level of growth, a new level of maturity, a new level of sanity, a new level in my faith, a new level in my life, and also a new level in my culinary journey. Because all that ties together to make you who you are, or who you're becoming. And who you are today may not be who you are tomorrow. But what you do today will determine what or who you become tomorrow.
Awesome. If people want to contact you, how can they reach out and have a taste of your delicious menu?
Well, they can find me on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm always there. at Chef Omar, Chef OMR. Also here on Facebook. And probably all social media platforms the same. And that's probably the best method to reach out to me.
Okay.
I can't give you my number.
It's all right.
Yeah, but like overall, that would be the best method for events, for catering, for all that good stuff. Just reach out to me, and there's always an open conversation to create that kind of environment. Like the idea that I've created since I moved here is called the menu, and it's where we build together. So there's no standardized menu that you walk into and feel like, all right, cool, you got these that I have to choose from. Yeah. There's no menu in my catalog for you to choose from. So if you book me today, we create that menu together. Wow. What's your goal? What are you looking for? What's your intention? Where are you trying to take this? And then we create that. And from that conversation, then we create a menu for you, because life is boring if you're going to have the same thing over and over again.
Very true.
All right, it's pointless if I'm going to give 3, 4, 5 clients the same dish.
Yeah.
Nah. That's unique to you. Yeah. That's unique to this person. And that's unique. And that's how I take my idea. And it has been a very interesting journey. I've done quite a few caterings in Nashville. I flew all the way to Colombia for a birthday event also. I've done that, and it has been a great experience because people see the work and they trust the process. And when I show up, I always deliver.
Awesome.
Always deliver.
Awesome.
Yes. If you're not going to deliver, don't show up.
Don't show up.
Yes.
On that note, we will wrap up the edition of The Voyage today. This has been a fantastic and inspiring and a challenging story as well about Chef Omar. Things that you did not know before, that beyond the handsome face, beyond the delicious meal, his life has been marinated by trials.
Yes.
His life has gone through transitions that have shaped him into the man that he is today and into the man that he is becoming. And the future is definitely bright. This is a man to watch out for because he is full of surprises and delicious meals that will linger not just in your taste bud, but in your mind, leaving a taste of love, a taste of passion, and a taste of memories to cherish and to treasure forever. On that note, let's keep the voyage on.